How's the audio now? Any better? Worse? Fixed. All right, cool. So just quick recap then on the things we were just talking about. So we're gonna eat the KFC Cheeto sandwich. We're actually gonna go a little bit beyond that. And then what we're going to do is we are going to make a tier list of fast food restaurants, which is something that I consider myself an expert in. And you're going to find out why as we work through that tier list and the embarrassing amount of time and attention I've really spent on things that you can buy through a window from a restaurant. So starting off, I went to KFC to pick up this Cheeto sandwich. And when I got there, I was surprised by two things. Number one, the presence of, so it's hard to tell, what is in this cup is not what I would normally get from KFC, which is Mountain Dew. It is Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning. This is a Mountain Dew collaboration with KFC that is supposed to be peach flavored. I'm about to take my first sip of this on stream with you guys so you can see what we've got going on here. Whew, boy. So, that's interesting. So what this is supposed to taste like, I'm told, is a mix of Mountain Dew and peaches? Look, I'll tell you guys a little something about myself. I'm from Georgia. We got a lot of, oh, is it supposed to, yeah, it is a weird kind of orange. From Georgia, we have a lot of things that are peach flavored. This is not peach flavored, all right? This tastes like, well, I'm saying I'm not going to judge a book by its cover. I'm going to give it a second sip. That is no different from the first. All right, so I have doubled down on what I'm going to say here. It tastes like somebody melted down Sour Patch Kids, but just the yellow and orange ones, put them in with some regular Mountain Dew, and then maybe spiked it with something. This thing tastes alcoholic in terms of the kick and like the bite that it has, but I didn't put nothing in this. This is straight from the window. I'll probably still finish it. So that was the first thing that surprised me on it. The second thing that got me, I went and I had two options. I could get the KFC Cheeto sandwich, which was the reason I went there, or I could get the KFC Cheeto Lovers box. And I'm not going to give you long to guess what I ended up doing. I went and I got that Cheeto Lovers box. And here's what it comes with, okay? Number one, most important, we got our sandwich right there. Number two, and this is something KFC was really trying to hype up. I didn't think this was a big deal, but I think they did. We got French fries. Apparently this is a new thing at KFC. So we're gonna go through those. Number two, we got KFC Cheeto Nuggets bites. All right, this from what I can tell, these are popcorn chicken from KFC, which is delicious, dipped in what can only be called a proprietary Cheetos sauce now. And then finally we got some mac and cheese. KFC mac and cheese is pretty good, so I'm excited about that. So let's give it a shot. First we're going to go with one of these KFC fries. Now, frankly, I'm surprised KFC didn't have fries before. Those are fine. I don't have a whole lot to say about those. I don't know why I would ever get those over mashed potatoes. KFC has killer mashed potatoes. But we got them. We're going to try them with a little bit of this mac and cheese. Try to maybe scoop a little bit on that on there. Some mac and cheese. That's some French fries. That's pretty good, actually. So, because I'm a monster, one of my favorite things at KFC is the famous bowl, where you load everything that you would normally get in your meal into a bowl that is just filled with mashed potatoes and gravy. Kind of make your own with the fries. All right, now we're going to get to the good stuff. Hey, what's up? It's kind of a questionable name there. What we got here are Cheetos covered popcorn chicken bites. All right, so let's take a bite of this, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about it. Hey Brian, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, man, Cheetos are great. So, does it taste like Cheetos? Yeah, actually. So what this has on it, I don't know if you can see. Hey Brian, good to see you, man. Yeah, I remember you. What you can see here is they seem to have melted down Cheeto dust, like the stuff that would be at the end. Have I ever bathed in Cheetos dust? No, I haven't. But this is about the closest I've gotten to it. Pretty crisp. This sauce is really good. And we're going to go ahead and ban some people from the chat, but that's all right. The sauce is really good. Very cheesy, I would say. Potentially dangerously so. And, it's just popcorn chicken covered in weird Cheetos dust. But I'm okay with that. All right, now time for the moment of truth. The thing that everybody is here for. The thing that we're all excited to see. This beauty. This is the KFC Cheetos sandwich. All right. We got here a couple of things. I'm gonna part the kimono here. We can see a generous heaping helping of that Cheetos sauce all over this chicken. Yeah, I'll be honest, it looks a little questionable. Number two, you can see we have a layer here of actual Cheetos all over the bottom of this thing. And then, it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can get it on the screen a little bit. See a little bit of cheese down there at the bottom. So we're gonna take a big old bite into this thing and just make a big old cross section of this sandwich. That's not bad. I'm gonna be honest. That's pretty good. So, this is not the most wild thing. It tastes like chicken and Cheetos and cheese, yeah. Which, I know Cheetos is already cheese. But, well, alright, we're gonna take one more bite into it, real quick. Yeah, you got it right there. We are talking about cheese right now. It's really crunchy, yeah. Ugh, all right, got plenty of napkins. That's the one thing they did right by me. It's really crunchy. It's pretty good, actually. So there's three different kinds of. Does it? Ooh, that's a really good question. So the thing about the beefy Fritos burrito, Alex, and this is, I'm glad that somebody's really finally coming to me for the things that I put a lot of thought into. Nothing crunches like the beefy Fritos burrito does. However, you give that burrito 15 minutes, and those Fritos do not hold their consistency in the slightest. Those things are absolutely going to fall apart and mush up. And this thing is, I got home 15 minutes ago. I've been holding on to this thing. How much does this cost? This whole thing, the whole plate of food that I held up, was $10, which is frankly pretty great. I am pretty excited about that. Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, exactly, right? I'm right there with you, Cat Murderer. That this is wild that this is still crunchy. Yes, this box also does have Cheetos nuggets. Those are right here. Tried some of those. Pretty. Whoa. Okay. Hold up. I just had a flavor epiphany. That particular nugget right there was so dank. Like I said, I've been waiting for about 15 minutes after I got home to make sure I could hit the stream time. That particular nugget was so soaked in Cheeto sauce. I think I just had a Sixth Sense experience where I saw into my future, and everything was orange. It was pretty wild. All right. So I'm gonna keep chomping away at this stuff a little bit while we talk about what it is. Oh yeah, what's better? That's right. So I think the sandwich is better than nuggets, and here's what it's missing. And this is gonna sound insane to you guys because they're both reasonably good. The reason I'm gonna give it to this sandwich right here, this bad boy, is hey there, we got a bunch of new people in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to give us a favorite. We do weird stuff every Sunday. We got the schedule posted below. The reason I'm going to give it to the sandwich over the nuggets is because the sandwich has the cheese of the Cheeto sauce, that weird stuff, and then also has a slice of cheese on the bottom. No, good point, Broccoli Boy. If they do not put mayonnaise on this, if there was any mayonnaise on this, that would probably kill me. I absolutely cannot stand mayonnaise. I promise you, if there was a single ounce of mayonnaise on this, I would hate it so much. But I don't. I actually really like it. So this is pretty great. Yeah, man. I know who you are. I remember you introduced yourself a couple minutes ago. I'm really glad to have you in the chat. So now we're going to get into how does this fit in the zeitgeist of fast food, in the zeitgeist of stuff that you order through the window at a restaurant. And let's take it away with the main event, the fast food tier list generator that we're all here to go over and talk a little bit about today. So, a couple of things. Let me explain these tiers to everybody first before we really just take off and go. Number one, all right, this tier at the bottom. I'm sorry if you have any connection to these restaurants. If these are things that you really enjoy, I can't rank these. I have no idea what they are. These are things I've never been to, or because of the way the image is cropped on this generator, I have no idea how to even recognize what they are. So I can't even rank these. These are just going on the bottom right away. We're not playing with that. All right. Number two, F tier. All right. These do not count as fast food. All right. Oh, is that what it is? Chipotle? Ah, that makes sense. Okay. So Chipotle is on the bottom because I did not recognize the logo. I am going to move Chipotle into a different tier. You guys are right. You guys have changed my mind. Chipotle now goes into F tier, which does a really good job of explaining what F tier is. F tier is not fast food, okay? These are good restaurants in and of themselves. These are things that I enjoy. These are things that I'm excited when I see. These do not count as fast food for me. So here's who's going to get the chopping block for F tier. Auntie Anne's, F tier. All right? Cinnabon, where you at? Where you at, Cinnabon? F tier. All right? Jersey Mike subs, F tier. Jimmy John subs, F tier. Pollo Loco, I know you're on here, F tier. All right. Now I know what you guys are asking me. Kevin, you just said you enjoyed almost all of those things. Why are they on F tier? For me, if you want to be fast food, if you want to be qualified as a fast food restaurant, you have to have a drive-through. All right? You have to have a drive-through. I have never seen any of these restaurants that have a drive-through. Okay? Now Jimmy John's is very fast. It's not about the speed of the food. necessarily, and you will learn that as I go along. One of the restaurants very high on this list, slow as hell. All right. Do I think Pizza Hut is fast food? That's a really complicated question. In and of itself, maybe not. Cinnabon in a gas station. Okay, so if I have to get out of my car to get the food, it does not count as fast food. Pizza Hut typically does have a drive-thru. Pizza Hut also gets really complicated because it's owned by the Yum Corporation, which owns several other items on this list. And so they often hybridize their restaurants. So you may see a KFC Pizza Hut. You may see a Taco Bell Pizza Hut. So oftentimes they have like a limited menu, and you can get that stuff through a drive-thru. So that's really good. That I guess would count. All right, so D tier. These are the questionable. By the way, for the record, I love Jersey Mike's. I love Cinnabon. I love Auntie Anne's. And I really do like Chipotle. Pollo Loco I can take or leave, and Jimmy John's, it's all right. But I've never seen any of these restaurants that have a drive-thru, so I couldn't count them. All right, D tier. These are the questionable contenders. These are things that I'm not sure if they should count as fast food. Maybe sometimes they would and sometimes they wouldn't. Great example of this for me is going to be Quiznos. All right. I think Quiznos is reasonably tasty. I have seen some Quiznos that have a drive-thru. Many do not, and I'm not about to walk into anything. Okay, my favorite of the Yum brands. That's a really good question. Unfortunately, that's not a question I can answer right now because the tier list will answer that question. I've got a lot of really good stories about all of them, but I got some good stuff for you. So number 2 on questionable, Five Guys burgers and fries, right? All right. Hey, peeps, we were eating some wild KFC, all kinds of Cheetos garbage. I got a pretty good nug right there. Okay, I may be changing my mind, guys. We're 20 minutes into this, and I may be changing my mind to the point where I think the nuggets are better than the sandwich. Five Guys, burgers, fries, that's obviously fast food, right? I don't think there's any doubt about that. Some have drive-thrus, some do not. Very, very difficult to count. Let's see, what else have I got on this tier? So these two are partial. Now we're getting into the real stuff, okay? All that out of the way. Now we're getting on to some of the real stuff. Oh, I guess I would put Boston Market in F tier because I've never seen that with the drive-thru either. All right. Now C, this is the drive-by tier. These are the restaurants that have drive-thrus, but I'm not likely to pull in, okay? They may be good restaurants. Maybe what they do just doesn't speak to me. And the perfect example of this are, by the way, these tiers are going to be ordered, all right? The ones that are closer to the left side over here are going to be the ones I think are better than the ones on the far right, like Boston Market over here, all the way at the bottom of F tier. Does not count as fast food. So, at the bottom of our drive-by tier, we're going to be pulling up one of America's favorites. I'm going to be putting them on blast early. That's Dunkin' Donuts. Now, why is Dunkin' Donuts at the bottom of the drive-by tier? Number 1, I don't drink coffee. America runs on Dunkin', but I don't need coffee. I don't need Dunkin'. I don't really eat breakfast. So breakfast places that cater specifically to that are not open late at night, they don't have anything for me. Dunkin' Donuts is at the bottom. Second from the bottom for a very similar reason. Yeah, that's right. Alex, you got it. Number 2, Krispy Kreme. All right. It is at the bottom of C tier for the same reason as Dunkin' Donuts. With one exception, the reason it is higher is that their donuts are better. All right? Look, Krispy Kreme is delicious when they are hot and fresh. They are so good. All right? But most of the time, that's not what's happening. They're not going to be hot and fresh when I drive by at 3 in the afternoon. I don't have time to swing by and pick up a bunch of donuts on my way to work. So Krispy Kreme goes in the second to the lowest spot in C tier. Now, this may be controversial, but their donuts are good. Their donuts are good. It's just when I'm thinking about fast food, I'm thinking about a meal. I'm thinking about a meal. I'm thinking about something that's going to kill me. I'm not thinking about who's got the best donuts. If I want breakfast, I'll get an actual breakfast. Which seems hypocritical because if I want seafood, I'm going to get actual seafood. I'm not going to go to Long John Silver's. All right? I've been to Long John Silver's exactly one time in my life. It was with the cat murder here in chat. It was Christmas of 2009, and it was a wild experience. We went and it was an A&W/Long John Silver's, and I got lobster bites. And let me tell you, if you are ever purchasing lobster, for less than $6, you are not purchasing lobster. All right? You are not purchasing lobster at all. It was a really fun day, but Long John Silver's is garbage. All of these are garbage. Yes, yeah, that's right, man. I was at Furman that time. That was when I had access to a Long John Silver's. By the way, one of the problems with this ranking system is that it doesn't have Captain D's, which is just a better version of Long John Silver's. Captain D's has straight fire jalapeno poppers. But they're not on this list, so I can't rank them. Just know they would be ranked higher than Long John Silver's. They would probably be at the top of C tier or maybe at the very bottom of B's. So, this kid is Brian. That's Kyle's older brother. You may remember him from, he was my roommate freshman year. Generally good guy. I don't know, man. I don't know that I would agree. I think Long John Silver. You know, this, by the way, this Peach Sweet Lightning Mountain Dew kind of growing on me. Yeah, I will say this too. The most unhealthy I've ever been in my entire life was definitely a time when I was also eating the most Captain D's. And I don't think that's a coincidence. All right, number 4 for C tier. What we're going to do is we're going to stick on A&W. All right? It's just so mediocre in terms of the food. I think somebody said it in chat earlier. A&W is root beer. And you know what? It's pretty good root beer. I don't really have any beef with that. As far as the food goes, this is weird for me because I spend a lot of time at restaurants with drive-thrus, including A&W, and I don't have anything to say about it. So the only reason it's not lower on the list is because 100% of my A&W's experiences are at a combination A&W and Long John Silver's. So I guess what I'll do is this. I'll slide it so that it's behind Long John Silver's. All right. So now we're getting into the good stuff. All right. Now we've weeded out all the chaff. Now we get to focus on the restaurants that I actually care very deeply for and have a lot to say about. These are the spicy boys. All right. These are going to be the role players in your diet when all you eat is fast food every day, like I did for years. Krispy Kreme was Rob. I just... all right. So, in the bottom of the B tier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Subway. Subway's not bad, man. Subway is pretty good. Subway has a drive-thru. I don't particularly like using Subway's drive-thru. There's a lot of majesty in being able to be in that level of control over your food. All right. Man, a lot of people are stands for Krispy Kreme, making me think I need to give it another shot, maybe reconsider it. But I don't know that I will right now. I don't know that I will right now. Not a lot to say about Subway other than it's very consistent across restaurants. The one reason Subway is going to be was almost relegated to C tier. All right, the reason that it almost did not make it into the Spicy Boys, the workhorses of the fast food tier list, is that they never innovate with their menu. All right, what you will see, everybody in A tier, everybody in S tier, and you know the Double D Zach Braff God tier. These are going to be people who are constantly playing jazz with fast food, all right? People who know how to excite me. People who know how to push the envelope. People who know how to melt down Cheetos and pour it over chicken nuggets, all right? Spoiler alert, by the way, for some of the other stuff. All right, so moving along a little bit, this is going to be the one that I might get a lot of flack for. I'm sorry. One I forgot. I should have put Panera in F tier because I don't think that it has a drive-through. I've never seen one that had a drive-through. They don't count. I think Panera is delicious. I don't think it counts as fast food. I'm going to put Whataburger right above Subway. Okay? Whataburger is reasonably good. I'll be honest, it didn't taste... I only had it once. It did not taste that different from McDonald's to me. Man, whoo, we got some people with some powerful feelings about Panera. I think Panera is really good. I have never not had to eat inside the restaurant. And when I'm talking about fast food, I am grabbing this stuff and I am leaving. I'm trying to interact minimally with human beings. All right, we're going to eat another chicken nugget. Because frankly, look, guys, I'm coming around on this. These are good. Like, yeah, Catmer, I agree. Five Guys is better than Whataburger. Five Guys is actually better than... All right, Five Guys is actually better than many of the things that scored above it. The problem is Five Guys is usually in, like, a strip mall, so it doesn't have a drive-thru. That means I have to walk inside. That means I have to be wearing real clothes. That means I have to be wearing shoes. It means I have to interact with human beings. And that's the reason Five Guys is low on the tier list. The food is good. It's much tastier. All right, so above Whataburger is Burger King. Now, the reason Burger King is not in the dumpster on this, because I'll be honest, Burger King is so low on the list of places I want to go for a fast food burger. I am just not interested in it. The two things that kept them fresh in my heart are, number one, the commercials with the King. Those are genius. I love them. I love them. I'm throwing out safe opinions. Milligan knows a lot about what's coming. He knows that there's a reason we blew through these first 20 restaurants, and I'm going to spend an hour on these last 10. Let's see, Little Caesars Pizza Portal. I've never tried that. That sounds good. That sounds good. I have to give it a shot. No, okay, so people who are saying that Burger King is not better than Five Guys, they're right, but I think they missed the definition of the tiers. Five Guys, no drive-thru. Five Guys doesn't count. Five Guys is much, much better than Burger King. The reason, number one, the commercials with the King. Number two, the mac and Cheetos. Let me guys tell you my mac and Cheetos stories. I got two of them. Number one, when mac and Cheetos first came out, I lost my gosh darn mind. Okay? What happened is, guys, these are good. Get the nuggets. The nuggets are really good. The sandwich is okay. The sandwich is a monster. Very crunchy. The nuggets are really good. One of the other restaurants that will be discussed later on this tier list used to have an item that was fried macaroni and cheese. And I loved it. And it went away. And I couldn't find it anywhere. And I even got so desperate that I made my own. That I made my roommate try. Because I knew he was more culinarily inclined than I was. And I appreciated the fried mac and cheese he made. But it was nothing. I can curse. I'm just trying not to. Because when I do it, I really want it to emphasize my point. So when Burger King said, "We're not dead. We're gonna throw a Hail Mary, and it's gonna be the mac and Cheetos," I went up to that Burger King so fast that there was smoke coming off the tires of my whip. I pulled around to that drive-thru, and you know there wasn't a soul in line because nobody likes Burger King. All right, and I said, "Give me 2 orders of mac and Cheetos." And then I think I got a burger that was like a barbecue with bacon. It was very forgettable. That's obviously the least important part of the story. Pulled around, I said, "Give me 2 mac and Cheetos in this burger." And they did it. And I left. And when I got back, I ate those mac and Cheetos. Oh, let me tell you. That first order was so good. They were cheesy, they were creamy, they were crispy. I had the orange stuff all over my fingers. And that second order made me so sick. It hurt to breathe. I couldn't think straight. I felt like I was dying. And I probably deserved to die from ordering 2 orders of mac and Cheetos. So I was awful. I was in a rough shape. I swore off Burger King after that. So of course, 2 days later I went back. And I did the same thing. I did it again. I thought it was a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't a fluke. The mac and Cheetos make me sick every time I eat them. They make me feel like the end is coming for me. And you know when they re-released them a year after the first time. Yes, I did it again. Yes, they still made me sick. So that is why Burger King is on here. It is the only place that I have gone and poisoned myself 3 times, twice. I don't know if intentionally is correct, but they did. But I definitely did it. All right, number 4 in B tier. Mickey D's, we're throwing up the golden arches. All right. So here's the thing about McDonald's. It sucks. They're all bad. Nobody wants to be there. There's really... Every now and then, the reason they're not further down on the list, every now and then, they will bring out something new that is reasonably good. Look, okay, peeps. That's a good point. McFlurries are dope. I don't know when the last time I've had a McFlurry was, but I do know when the last time I've tried to order one was, and it was recently. McFlurry machine always broke. It's a meme, and there's a lot of truth to it. McDonald's will pull stuff onto their menu that is actually good, and then it will disappear. I had an epiphany. The first time in my life I realized something, which is your choices in the past don't define you as a person. This is actually a really growing moment, and McDonald's helped me a lot with this. Yeah, Alex knows exactly what's up. We're talking about the chicken selects here. McDonald's used to have these things called chicken selects, and they were basically just chicken fingers. They were really good. I'm going to take a bite of this sandwich because I don't think it's going to get any better. Whoa. Okay, not doing this for show. The Cheetos sauce and all this mix, this stuff is not evenly distributed. Some of these bites are drowning in it. the sandwich is pretty good too. Actually, all the stuff is good. I will definitely be ordering this again for my personal enjoyment. Ooh. So I went to McDonald's and I ordered these chicken select because they were just really good chicken strips I could get for like very, very little money, very quickly, right by my house. I pulled in to the McDonald's drive-thru and I said, hey, let me get a 6-piece chicken select. And they said, we don't have chicken selects anymore. And then I felt like 200 IQ because they said, what else do you want? But I couldn't hear them anymore because I had peeled out. I decided, I don't need this. Just because I'm in the line at the drive-thru doesn't mean I need to be here. So thank you a lot for that, McDonald's. Right above McDonald's is Arby's. Look, I'll be honest, none of these three do a lot for me. Arby's, McDonald's, Burger King. The reason Arby's is higher up, it's a little bit more novel. We got beef, we got cheddar. They got the meats. That's exactly right. They've got pretty reasonably good mozzarella sticks. I'll hit those up. They got curly fries. That's right. And I'm going to tell a story about the number one thing that keeps Arby's in the, I think we're at the halfway point right now, puts Arby's in the top half of the tier list, which is that creamy Jamocha shake. All right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Jamocha shakes, baby. All right, so when I have two younger brothers, and when one of them had just gotten his permit, we, it was one of those things where in Georgia, when you get your permit, you can drive, but you need somebody who's fully licensed in the car with you for a little while. So I was going to go with him, and it's a rite of passage. You get your driver's license, you go through the drive-thru someplace. So we went, and we were going to go to Arby's, and we were going to get a Jamocha shake because it was really convenient. It was really close. It was really convenient, and he rolls down the window, and he's like, all right, you order. And I was like, okay, get ready. And I said, the lady goes, hey, what do you want to order? I was like, I would like 3 Jamocha shakes, please. And she's like, 3 Jamocha shakes? Like she had some kind of sass for me about the number of Jamocha. Now, there were 3 people in this vehicle. I understand she couldn't know that because she was just a disembodied voice at the drive-thru. There were 3 people in the vehicle. She said, 3 Jamocha shakes. And I said, yeah, they're all for me. Because I knew in a minute, when we pulled around, she would see there were 3 people in there. But I wanted to let her know, no, your first inclination was right. This is one person who's going to just go to town on 3 Jamocha shakes. They're all for me. She said, they're all for you? And I said, they are all for me. I'm going to drink 1 before I even peel out of this parking lot. I'm going to drink 1 on the way home. And I'm going to drink 1 when I get home as a reward for drinking the other 2. And there was a pause on the other end of this. And she says, okay. And so we pull around. We pull around and pay. But keep in mind, I am not the driver of this vehicle, right? I'm just in the passenger seat of this vehicle. My younger brother is driving the car. My younger brother is the one who has to interact with this woman. And she gives him these 3 Jamocha shakes and said, here you go. And she sees now there are 3 people in the car. She says, here you go. These are all for you. And he just very bashfully says, yep, all for me. And there we go. And so the Jamocha shake puts Arby's solidly in the middle of B tier. Also, one time we were late to my cousin's wedding because my dad wanted to stop for Jamocha shakes and he was driving us, and it was such a crazy thing. Oh man. All right, so above Arby's, we are going to put Steak and Shake. Now, Steak and Shake raises an interesting flag on the play here. There are Steak and Shakes with drive-thrus. I've seen more that have drive-thrus that do not. I think Steak and Shake is personally delicious. And here's the thing. It's slow, all right? This is the first time in this list where we are getting to a restaurant where if you pull around the drive-thru, and you order from Steak and Shake, you better have something to read. You better have something to do because it's going to take a long time to get through that drive-thru. I think Steak and Shake is delicious. They will put cheese on anything. Standard. You're not paying extra for that. They have that on their menu. Say it is so slow. Look, I'm not pretending it's fast, all right? It's very slow. I think it's very delicious. I love milkshakes. I love French fries. I love shoestring French fries. And this is the only place on this list that has shoestring French fries. And they cover them with cheese for you. You don't have to do a bunch of crazy stuff. You don't have to get up there and recompose your meal. They do it for you. So that's why Steak and Shake is on this. Yeah. Well, see, I mean, yeah, you're highlighting, yeah, Peeps, you're right. You're highlighting my problem with Steak and Shake, which is that it's slow. That's the reason Steak and Shake can never be A tier. Is that one day the inevitable heat death of the universe will end us all. And I'll probably still be in line at Steak and Shake, waiting for my food. So that's why it is. But when you do get it, it's really tasty. All right. So above Steak and Shake, we're putting Checkers. Now, here's the thing about Checkers. I haven't had as much access to Checkers in the last couple of years as I might like because it seems like they've really tried to step up their game. The Checkers around me have had a habit of going out of business, being purchased by title loan companies who want to use the double drive-through that Checkers is usually built with to really expedite that process of getting title loans. I can't remember a Checkers. There's a period, I can think of one now, but there's a period of about 5 years where every Checkers I knew did that. And that's a wild business model. Now here's the thing. Man, there is some tasty stuff there. It tastes, yes, it does taste like quarters. Yeah, they've got curly fries, all right? Yes, that's right, Peeps. We're talking about drive-through title loans. That is the beef with Checkers. But Checkers, fries are really good. Their hot dogs are okay. And these are the, all right, so this B tier, these are the restaurants that I will go to, but will not be excited about. None of these will ever beat out anything above them, all right? We're about to move into, this one was actually really hard for me, and this is going to be the one that probably gets me flamed the most. This is the top of B tier before we get into A tier. And I'm just going to sit here, and I'm gonna put it up, and I'm just going to be quiet for a minute, eat some of this delicious chicken sandwich, and let you guys share your thoughts on this one, because I'm putting Panda Express at the top of B tier. Wow, that is a surprisingly mild response. I figured people would be up in arms over Panda Express. So the thing that's most surprising to me about this sandwich here, about this bad boy, is it's kind of dry now, and I'm not really sure why. But it's still good. Panda Express is fast food Chinese. You can see right here on the logo, they're trying to say gourmet, but I don't believe it. It's good. It's not like, man, wow. I guess people are generally in agreement with me. Panda Express is very average. It's never something I've been excited to eat. It's something I have eaten. It's something I have enjoyed. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Yeah. All right. Now, the bottom of A tier, we have two restaurants. And I have to put these in an order. They're very similar. You could easily flip the order. I feel like they do a lot of the same thing. I'm sticking on Raising Cane's and Zaxby's. All right. Both of these places are really good. Both of these places are obviously chicken finger restaurants. I'm putting Zaxby's above Raising Cane's because I just have more experience with it. Zaxby's really knows how to blast a Zappetizer. Zaxby's, no, they got the best onion rings I've ever eaten from a drive-thru. Every now and then they've got birthday cake milkshakes, and you know about that. Wow, dude, I love Zaxby's. I love Zaxby's. They have fried mushrooms, which I love. They got fried pickles, which I invented independently as parallel thinking. I'm not trying to say Zaxby's stole it from me. I'm just saying that before Zaxby's was a thing, I had made fried pickles, and they're the first people I know that did that. Kind of the same way Red Robin tried to steal my idea for a beer float. Yes, I am coming at Red Robin. I invented the beer float in 2008, and Red Robin tried to start monetizing it several years later. I did it with Blue Moon and cheesecake ice cream, and no, it wasn't the best choice. It wasn't the right selection of beer and ice cream. And yes, the chunks of cheesecake in it did get weird at the bottom of the glass, but I still had a great time with it. So anyway, Zaxby's and Raising Cane's, very similar. I love chicken fingers. I love chicken fingers. There aren't as many Raising Cane's around me, so I'll be honest, recency bias is definitely coming into play here a little bit. Okay, definitely having some issues with that. Number 3 in the A tier. These are the drive-thru kings. Somebody threw out 5 for $5 earlier. Natty and dollar ice cream floats. That's the way to do it. Oh man. Number 3. This is kind of a stand-in. This is not a restaurant that I necessarily would rate this high because I have very minimal experience with it. But it's White Castle. All right. Now I live in the South. In the South, we have Crystals. It's functionally the same thing. I have eaten White Castle a few times. I have eaten Crystals more than a few times. They're very similar. They're both really, really, really good in really, really, really small doses. All right. These are both people who are going to have tiny burgers, which I love. These are both people who know how to just throw chili and cheese on things, which I love. These are both people who say, you got $5, I'll give you 5 of anything you want. All right? And I love that. The one thing, too, about White Castle and Crystals, pretend it's Crystals, because that's what I wish we had on this list. The one thing about them that puts them in a different league than any of these other restaurants, even among some of the restaurants in Double D Zach Braff God tier, is their stuff heats up super well. If you've ever, for whatever reason, needed to eat fast food the day after you bought it, you want it to be White Castle. You want it to be Crystals. None of this other stuff is going to be even close to it. Yeah, Cameron, you're exactly right. So one of the things when I was looking on this list, I looked up Whataburger because I've eaten it, but it's been a long time ago. And I wanted to go look at the menu, and they're like, hey, you want to see what the closest Whataburger to you is? And I was like, yeah, sure. And it is 1,100 miles away in the middle of Texas, and I know that's not true. And they wouldn't show me their menu. So that's part of the reason Whataburger got a low score. Also, I realized when I was looking through the list, I'm gonna have to throw a little bit of fire out right now. There's a restaurant I left off the top of C tier. Popeyes. All right, listen. Popeyes sucks. All right? It's not good. It's not bad. No, I'm sorry. It's bad. It's bad. But the commercials make it look so fun. The commercials know how to be like, hey, look, love that chicken at Popeyes, and the man plays the saxophone, and you're in Louisiana, and everyone's having good old Cajun fun. And I love Cajun food. I love spicy chicken. Popeyes doesn't have any of this. Popeyes doesn't have any of that. Popeyes has weirdly flat chicken and no zest. And it's very, very dry all the time. Best $3 meal you can have at the Atlanta airport. That may be true. That may be true. But it's never fun. I got all of a sudden, Popeyes knows how to make me think maybe next time will be different, and it has never been different. All right, so that's why Popeyes is in the top of the drive-by tier. Because when I see Popeyes, I'm gonna drive right on by. All right. So now I want to get to closing out the A tier with got In-N-Out Burger, which again, this is not one that I have a lot to say about, not because I don't really enjoy it, but because I have very limited experience with it. It's just simply something that's not around where I am. I bet it would be higher if I got to go to it more. All right. This is me being as earnest and honest as I can possibly be. I think In-N-Out Burger belongs in the missed connections section of Craigslist for me. I think I was born in the wrong time and place for In-N-Out Burger. Animal style? I don't know why that's not a thing widespread. But for me, it's not. I've eaten it a handful of times. It's always been easily head and shoulders above some of the other restaurants it's going to get lumped in with, like McDonald's, Burger King, Arby's, Whataburger, White Castle. I think it's, yeah. I can't have as strong an opinion about this as I would like, but it is quite good. And then, number one on the A tier, all right? We're about to get into the masters, the innovators, the old ancient senseis of fast food. Number one on the A tier, for me, is Hardee's. Hardee's is great trash food. They got crazy grilled cheeses. They got crazy ham sandwiches. They got little hot dogs. They got big hot dogs. Hardee's is pretty good. They got, yeah, that's right. Popeye is objectively better than McDonald's. That's really difficult to say because they're not swimming in the same pool there, right? I think we can compare Popeyes and Zaxby's, and I think Popeyes is going to embarrass themselves. Someone got shot at the Hardee's near your house? Okay, look, I'm not trying to dox Kelly. I love the Hardee's near your house. Oh, it does? Yeah, probably because it took them 20 minutes to make the food. Yeah, I spent a half hour there last time I was in Charleston. I was at a conference for work, and I got back before you or your wonderful husband were home. And I was like, well, I'm going to go eat Hardee's. And I went to the Hardee's right around the corner from your guys' house. And, yeah, I sat there for a half hour in the restaurant just refilling my cup over and over because I just kept draining it. Until I got my burger and onion rings. And their onion rings are cash, not as good as Zaxby's. They're definitely the second best on this list. Don't at me. Do at me, actually. I'd really appreciate the Twitter traffic. You can click on the links in the panels below. Take you to my YouTube channel. Take me to my Twitter account. Follows on subscriptions on either of those. Help me out quite a lot. Anyway, Hardee's is great. Hardee's is not going to be the first restaurant on this list. Maybe it is the first restaurant. It's not going to be the last restaurant on this list. It's had a shooting at it, and I still love it. All right? Now we're getting into... There we go. There we go. Now we're going to get into S tier. All of these items have great personal significance to me moving forward. All right? We got some great stuff. I'm putting up at the bottom of S tier... Wendy's. All right. Here's the thing about Wendy's. Wendy's is the worst of everything that Wendy's is the gatekeeper to S tier. All right. If you want to get into Double D Zach Braff God tier, and you can't do anything about this freckled ginger, you better start back from square one, all right? Wendy's Frosties are amazing, all right? Wendy's French fries, beautiful. Wendy's put out the Baconator. One time, I ate so many Baconators, I passed out. I guess it was the summer but before I started college, I ate 4 Baconators, and I passed out. Just right there, I was just down. It's great. All right, Wendy's is great for road trips. Wendy's, though, should be in Double D Zach Braff God tier. All right, I'm about to spit hot fire at Wendy's. All right, because Wendy's needs to get their life straight. Wendy's needs to go to church because they put out the single best fast food item that I have ever eaten in my entire life. All right, there's no lie. The Asiago Ghost Pepper Chicken Sandwich is literally the perfect fast food entree for me. All right, it is so perfect, and they released it for a limited time, and it was so good. I went to Wendy's one night to order it. All right, I pulled up into Wendy's, and I said, "Hey, can I get an Asiago Ghost Pepper Chicken Sandwich?" And they said, "Yeah. It's a good thing you ordered that. We're discontinuing it tomorrow. We don't have a lot left." And I went, record scratch. I said, "Hold up. How many do you have left?" And they said, "We've got about 7 or 8 left, depending on we can make." And I said, "I would like to change my order. I would like all of them. I want all of those." I bought their whole stock. That was one of the biggest, ballerest moves of my entire life, is going to a fast food restaurant and ordering all of something, saying, "Run out your stock for me." And they were so good. And then 18 months went by before they Peeps, it's fresh, never frozen. Come on now. 18 months went by before they re-released the Asiago Ghost Pepper Chicken Sandwich. And it was so good that was what I wanted for my birthday. I was like, I can have anything I wanted to eat. And I said, Ghost Pepper Chicken Sandwich. That's all I want. And it's never come back since. Never come back since. And that was almost 5 years ago. Wendy's is playing. But Wendy's also really funny. So at this point, moving forward, I've got pretty good drive-through stories, and I'm going to share one. Isn't that what got McDonald's in the tier that it's on? Yeah, it is. The difference is, that's a good point, that McDonald's playing around with their menu is what got them in trouble. The difference is with Wendy's, it was so good. With McDonald's, it was just cheap and very passable chicken. With Wendy's, it was life-giving manna. It was so good. It was so good. And the 4 for $4 is a good deal. All right. Please, yo, if you guys love me at all, if you have any love in your hearts for me, you will at Wendy's and tell them to bring this thing back. And I will live stream from my car. I will be just sitting there with my phone on me, and I will order and I will eat it in the parking lot, and I'll stream it all. I'll stream it all. I promise. So last time I went to Wendy's, funny story, and then I'll move off of Wendy's. Last time I went to Wendy's, I ordered my meal, and when I pull around to pay at the window, the woman working the drive-thru window says, "Hey, would you like to donate $1 to a children's hospital charity or whatever?" And it was the Asiago Ghost Pepper Chicken Sandwich. It's very specifically the Ghost Pepper one because it was spicy. It didn't need anything. I usually church up a lot of my food. It didn't have to do anything with Wendy's. Not that time. And so anyway, I pull around the drive-thru, and the woman says, "Hey, do you want to donate $1 to Children's Hospital of Atlanta? And if you do, you'll get this voucher, and it's good for a free small junior frosty with your order anytime you come by here for a year." And I said, "You know what? Yeah, sure." Because I looked at the menu, and I saw that a junior frosty was $1. And so I thought, if I use this thing more than one time, that's free money, baby. So yeah, I said, yeah, I'll do it. So I give her the extra $1. And she turns her head, and she says, "Hey, will you make this man a Frosty? He just ordered a Frosty. Will you make this man a Frosty?" And then I hear from the guy that she talked to off screen, "You right by the machine, make it your damn self." And the look on this woman's face, she just goes, "Okay." And then she turns just like 90 degrees and makes a Frosty. That dude was right. She was right by the machine. And that was the funniest interaction I've ever seen between two fast food employees. "You right by the machine, make it your damn self." And she did. And she did. So that's Wendy's. Oh, man. All right. So up next, right after Wendy's, this might be a surprise to a lot of people. It's the DQ Grill and Chill. All right. I love me some Dairy Queen. I love a Blizzard. I love ice cream cake. I love sweets of all kind. Dairy Queen, though, gets slept on for their chicken tenders. Dairy Queen's chicken tenders are so good that they made me start eating salad because they had a chicken tender salad that was straight fire. Not because the salad was good, because those chicken tenders were so good. Dairy Queen 4 tiers above Popeyes? Yes. Yes, Dairy Queen definitely 4 tiers above Popeyes. Dairy Queen is very, very good. Their burgers are fine. Their chicken fingers are straight fire. And they got cheese curds, all right? They're one of the only places on this list where you can get cheese curds. Every now and then, too, they will jazz up their Blizzards. I don't know the best way to describe it. It's soft serve that works. I went by there recently for science, and Dairy Queen is glorified Dunkin' Donuts. Oh man, I don't think I can agree with that. I think that's morally repugnant, but that's all right. Yes, I agree. This list needs cookout. That would change the top of the list a little bit. They do have a drive-thru, man. The cookout I've been to, some of them have the double drive-thru, which means they're just a couple years away from being a Title Owns place. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, K. Nelly, cookout not on this list. It would have definitely changed the thing up. So Dairy Queen started putting cheesecake in their Blizzards, and that was awesome. Dairy Queen is just very good. It beats out Wendy's because of consistency. And, man, I'm never going to turn down a Blizzard. Blizzard machine never broke, okay? Blizzard machine never broke. McFlurry machine, this thing, always broke. Blizzard machine never broke. Never once have I been to Dairy Queen and been told there was an issue with supply. And I demand they supply me with some soft serve ice cream. They always do it. All right. Whew, got a little heated. All right, number 3 in S tier. Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. It's very good. These are the only people who innovate the drive-through part of the drive-through. All right? These are the only people. Their customer service is so good that it makes me uncomfortable. And it almost docked them points on this list. All right? I don't like that there's a person, when I'm ordering, there's a person at my window asking me what I want before I'm in front of the menu, because what if I want to look at my options? I don't want them to see that I'm wearing a t-shirt with holes in it and what is questionably pants. That's why I'm in the drive-thru. No shoes. And I mean, sometimes, I don't know. And then they're asking me all these questions. But 10 seconds later, I'm not thinking about that anymore because I'm long gone. I've got my food. It's hot. It's fresh. It's delicious. The spicy chicken sandwich slaps so hard, it's like you just talked back to your mama. All right? It's amazing. They would be higher up if there were spicy chicken nuggets. I don't know why they're playing around. Chick-fil-A, it seems like they're trying to rest on their laurels in a sense. The sauces. Man, they got some sauces. They got sauces nobody else is playing with. I have not seen any other place on this menu with any kind of Polynesian sauce. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I have not seen any kind of Polynesian sauce anywhere else on this menu. And their milkshakes are great. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough, Kelly. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Nugget trays are perfect for every occasion. A Christmas nugget tray, that's how you say I love you to your family. Chick-fil-A is great. The lemonade slaps. Spicy chicken sandwich slaps. It's so good. It doesn't even matter what kind of crazy things that company says and does. Moving on. KFC. Now, here we go. Yeah, that's right. KFC is closing out the S tier. It's above Chick-fil-A. I will say this. KFC, I did a preliminary tier list of this yesterday in preparation for this stream, where I really puzzled over how I was going to rate these things. KFC came out above Chick-fil-A then. This beauty here, which I need to take another bite of. This is still crunchy. So, Calmer, you just hit the nail on the head. What's better, the Double Down or the Baconator? And you know what my update on the do? Honestly, I think it's... Okay. Here's the thing about the do that I have to say. I think they lied to us, America. The Mountain Dew is not to be consumed on its own. In conjunction with this Cheetos stuff, it's very good. I'm a little bit ashamed to say it. All of this is really good. Everything here in front of me is really good. Is it flat? Well, let's see. A little bit. I'll be honest, I've been sitting here with it for almost 2 hours now. A little bit flat, but it's not bad. So it's KFC Double Down versus Baconator is the question, and I'll tell you guys, why not both? One of the things that I have done in my life on more than one occasion is pull up to the Wendy's, get me a Baconator, skirt around the corner, KFC, get me a Double Down, go back to my home, open up my Baconator, toss that bread out the window because I'm not interested in empty carbs, pop that Baconator between those glorious slices of chicken that is the Double Down. Oh man, that is tasty. It's so beefy, it's so chickeny. It's got 3 kinds of cheese. It's got 2 kinds of sauce. It's got 8 strips of bacon. That's good. One time I went to KFC and I ordered a Double Down, and they said, "We don't have any Double Downs. We stopped serving those. Those are off the menu. I know it's still on like the promotional thing near the drive-thru window. But we don't have Double Downs anymore." And I said, "Whoa." And keep in mind, this was after my McDonald's experience, where I learned if a drive-thru sasses you, you can leave. I said, "Whoa." But I was not a man to be deterred. I said, "All right, can I get 2 double-licious sandwiches, please?" And the woman on the other end of the drive-thru said, "Sir, are you going to take those double-licious sandwiches and make your own Double Down?" I said, "You know that's what I'm going to do." And she says, "Sir, would you like me to just put that together for you?" Obviously, yes, that's what I wanted. So I was like, "Yes, please. I would really appreciate it." She said, "Don't worry about it." So I go around, and she gives me the double down. That's just 2 double-licious. A double-licious is just a chicken breast, bacon, and the double down sauce and cheese. It's half a double down. So they told me they didn't have. Yeah, Shelby, come on down. You're gonna have some Mountain Dew. While Shelby's coming down and having this Mountain Dew, I need everybody who hasn't already followed the channel to click the button below to get notified whenever I go live in the future. Shelby's here, everybody. Say hey. What do you think of Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning?
Oh, this is heinous. I hate it so much. Hold on. What the fuck? It's also really watery.
Here, yeah, they can't see your face.
Hi.
It's a little watery because the ice is melted.
It's not good. Oh, I want to have a. Oh, I'm not gonna have.
Oh, Shelby, do you want to try? Do you want to try?
Okay.
All right, guys. Here's what we're gonna do.
Come on.
Shelby, grab the chair over there. We're gonna have a guest star.
Yeah, guest star.
We have at Shelby Lee on Twitter.
Shelby Lee.
Guest star of Critical Bits here to help me finish this KFC Cheeto Lovers
I'm not this short.
box. She's in a really awkward chair. All right, so Shelby, what would you like to try on this list? Keep in mind, all of these items are drenched in Cheeto sauce.
All of them?
All
Even
of them.
this one?
I wouldn't say those are drenched. I'd say those are dusted in Cheeto sauce.
Okay, I want to try the sandwich.
Try the sandwich.
Okay.
All right, guys, she's gonna try the sandwich.
Are there Cheetos on that?
You know there's Cheetos on that sandwich.
Is there Cheetos? Is this Cheeto sauce?
You know that's Cheeto sauce.
They're pretty damn good.
It's pretty damn good.
They're pretty
That's what
damn
I've been
good.
saying. All right, and I know a lot of people.
Shit, they're pretty damn good. Okay, hang
It's
on.
a pretty good sandwich. She's gonna eat my sandwich.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat his sandwich.
She's gonna eat my sandwich.
I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I'm
Well,
very
it's a good
sorry.
sandwich. Now try one of these nuggets. Now you can see here, these nuggets are drenched in Cheeto sauce.
Yeah, these are drenched. in
Drenched,
Cheeto sauce.
folks.
He's not lying.
Drenched. Drenched in Cheeto sauce.
It's pretty good.
It's a pretty good sandwich. You want? What do
I'm
you?
gonna go with the fork.
Oh, the fork. Okay. You thought she was reaching just for this mac and cheese. Like you can grab the mac and cheese if you want.
Are these like?
They're popcorn chicken covered in Cheeto sauce. Again, drenched, swimming. Like that Kendrick Lamar song.
These aren't as good. Okay. If you're like doing like keto. No, that's not
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
It's breading. It doesn't have a bun. If you're trying to, this tastes better. The chicken's crispier, but I don't think that that's. I think that that's just time's fault.
You guys heard it here first. If you're trying to eat keto, the first thing you should do is hit up KFC's Cheetos
The
chicken.
KFC Cheeto
nuggets.
sandwiches are pretty good. Like, it's pissing me off.
These are pretty good. Oh man.
Ooh, I got a sneak peek.
Yeah.
Really?
All right.
Wow. Okay.
So
Wait, I want to try that.
we were on mac and
It's
cheese.
just regular mac
It's
and
regular mac and cheese.
Okay.
So we're talking about KFC. She made me the double down. It was really good. The main reason that KFC is so high up on the list is that the double down is delicious. The double down can be combined with the Baconator. It's 2 of the S tier masters. All right. We've got Light and Darkness over here with KFC and Wendy's, and they've been able to be combined. Right. We crossed the great divide of yum foods to create the double down Baconator, and I love it. And also anybody who's gonna the panel was good. Anybody who's gonna really try to collaborate with Mountain Dew, that's somebody who's A-okay in my book. All right, guys. So this closes out the S tier. All right. Now I'm gonna try something new. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up a poll in Twitch chat here. I'm going to put up a poll. In the panel section below here, you should be able to see. You should be able to see the final 3 items in the Twitch Picks poll. I want you guys to vote on who is number 1. All right? I want you guys to vote on who you think is going to be number 1 on my fast food tier list. And I want to see if Twitch chat really knows fast food the same way that I do. All right? So I'm going to leave this up for just a minute, let you guys vote.
Can I finish your sandwich?
You can finish. You can absolutely finish the sandwich. Yeah. So if you can't see the poll, scroll down below the actual stream on the Twitch page. It's on the Twitch panels. Let me see. You have to actually scroll down below. This poll is trash. I have not used Twitch panels before. Well, that's a bummer. All right, maybe we won't be using Twitch panels again. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna just make one via straw poll. All right, I'm gonna post in chat. Here we go. All right, and we're gonna wait for 1 minute to see how it pans out. I just want to see the results on stream. Yeah, oh, here we go. We've got, it is neck and neck between Taco Bell and Sonic. Oh, Taco Bell is pulling ahead. All right.
That Peach Mountain Dew is so bad.
I'm going to leave that up for a second. I'm looking at the drive-thru logic. All right. So here we go, guys. I'm going to put up number 3 on the Double D Zach Braff God tier. There are no scrubs on this tier. That's why it's called Double D Zach Braff God tier. Because he left scrubs. Number 3 on the list. Sonic. Phoebes, you're exactly right. Sonic, you can drive through, you can kick it there, you can... Look, Sonic is amazing. All of these are really good. Cherry Limeade, Chillers. Far and away better than any beverage option anything below this has to offer, including Chick-fil-A. Alright? Sonic has chili cheese tater tots that are out of this world. Alright? Sonic will play a little bit of jazz with their menu. They'll pull in some crazy stuff. They've got soft serve ice cream that is not nearly as good as Dairy Queen's, but still good in its own way. The reason Sonic is number 3 on this list is twofold. Number 1, accessibility. There simply aren't very many Sonics around me. When I lived in Athens, I would go out of my way to drive to Sonic. Not as much as Cookout. I will say if Cookout was an option, it would be above Sonic. Cookout would definitely, there would be 4 in the Double D Zach Braff God tier at the top of this, and Cookout would be above Sonic. I have driven upwards of 45 minutes to get to a Cookout before. Sonic gives me a weird kind of dry mouth after I eat it that makes me feel like I'm suffocating. So that's why it can't be higher, because I would love to eat more of it, but I feel like it is literally trying to kill me. All right? How good does it have to be? I have not had the frozen Red Bull. It sounds pretty good. That does sound pretty good. Yeah, exactly. You'll Peebs, look, I have tried to die for those tots, alright? But something about the human brain, something about the limbic system tells you when you're feeling really desperate, you have to live. And sometimes what that means is my brain tells me, don't go back to Sonic. Sonic is delicious. Sonic is delicious. Alright, now, next up, we're going to talk about a real golden child. Shelby is just helping herself to my KFC box. I'm glad she enjoys it. We're going to talk about a real treat here. Jack in the Box, guys. I love me some Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is not something that I have access to in Atlanta. Jack in the Box is something that when I go back to my alma mater, I make a special effort to go buy the bad one, not the good one. There are 2 Jack in the Boxes in that town that I love, and I don't care to go to the good one. I want to go to the crappy one. I want to go to the one that will not split orders because you're 5 minutes from a college campus. You know it's going to be full of functionally children who are intoxicated with one person begrudgingly driving them all. And you know they're all going to try to pay with 5 separate cards. And you know when you say they can't do that, they're just going to do 5 laps around the Jack in the Box. And you know you're going to hate them the 5th time, but they're going to think it's so funny. Yes, I love doing that with Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box has jalapeno poppers that are out of this world. Jack in the Box used to have fried mac and cheese. We talked about that earlier, and we talked about Burger King and food that makes me sick. The fried mac and cheese at Jack in the Box never did that. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Jack in the Box was closed once because of the snow. Or what? The only place that was open because of the snow. You were there with me, weren't you? Sonic does have jalapeno bites. I agree. I'm not saying Sonic is up there because of its glorious appetizer menu. Jack in the Box, I've gotten gyros from Jack in the Box. I've gotten tacos from Jack in the Box. I've gotten burgers from Jack in the Box. I've gotten chicken fingers from Jack in the Box. Oh, that was all one order. All right? Okay, that's the thing about Jack in the Box. And it only cost me $6. Jack in the Box has great burgers. Jack in the Box, I have, not as a point of pride, shortly after one of those trips to Jack in the Box, been sitting in bed, eating a burger. Maybe I passed out a little bit. Maybe I woke up and the sun wasn't quite up, but it was several hours later. Taking a bite of that burger. Still good. You know, Jack in the Box has a lot of good stuff going for it. Jack in the Box. I used to have this thing that I would do. When I was in graduate school, I would commute for the first semester from South Carolina to Georgia. And on Tuesday nights, or maybe I guess it was Wednesday nights, whenever I was back in town, I would go and get Jack in the Box, and it was a commitment. It was about a 30-minute drive from where I was living at the time. And I would wait until after 11 o'clock at night. It was the earliest I was allowed to leave. And I would go, they might, that's very beautiful. That's very nice. Thank you, Charlie Bear. I really appreciate you busting in with some real inspirational stuff there. That's really good. So we'd go to this Jack in the Box, and I would just listen to this. When I was first getting into podcasts, and I just got a chance to really listen to that, kind of be by myself, really appreciate the city when there was nobody else out there, and Jack in the Box was a really key part of that. I really enjoyed it. All right, guys, and now, last but not least, we have one more to talk about, and boy, do I have a lot to say about this one. Coming in at number 2 on our list is Taco Bell. That's right, everybody. Jack in the Box outpaced Taco Bell. And just to
Really?
confirm that, Shelby, will you confirm to me
What?
on this alternate tier list, what is number 1 and what is number 2?
Number 1 is definitely Jack in the Box, and number 2 is Taco Bell.
Number 2 is
Since
Taco
when?
Bell.
What the hell?
That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Taco Bell is number 2. Everybody
Oh, I'm so
who
mad.
didn't vote for Jack in the Box in the straw poll, which is all y'all,
Oh my
got
God.
played.
What?
That's right. Taco Bell is number 2. Taco Bell is the one I have the most to talk about, though. Taco Bell should be much lower. You look at the options they have. They got beans, they got rice, they got weird meat, they got steak, they got chicken. That's it. Cheese and lettuce. That's it. But they have made a smorgasbord of things about Taco Bell. Opinion on your music on Spotify and YouTube. I don't know. Give me a follow first, then maybe I'll take a look at it. Psych. So, put it. You go ahead and post a link, and I'll listen to it, and I'll give you some honest feedback. This is not bad.
No, it's bad. The peach Mountain Dew does not taste good.
So I got a couple Taco Bell stories. I'm gonna share my favorite one with you guys, and I think people can really confirm that these are real. First of all, I'm gonna tell you guys something everybody needs to know that'll make your drive-thru experience so much better. When you go up to the drive-thru menu and you come to order, and they say, "Go ahead with your order," what they mean is, "I'll be with you in a minute." Okay? I want everybody, now that you've heard this life hack for drive-thrus, I want you to think about it. Next time you go through the drive-thru and they say, "Go ahead with your order," I want you to think about how many times they ask you to repeat what you just said or say, "Actually, hold on a second." It's going to be almost 100% of the time. So I went through this Taco Bell drive-thru one night, and yeah, KFC Taco Bell is absolutely, it's like cheating, right? You're taking a double D Zach Braff God tier pick, and you're taking an S tier pick, and you're putting them together. Like, that's so good. I I wish you would not text me that you're going to fight me while you're sitting right next to me. That's concerning.
I'm going to.
So Taco Bell. I went to Taco Bell one time, and this was a Taco Bell that, yeah, somebody got shot at. But, all right, let me just put a little context with that. It's not Taco Bell's fault there was a shooting there. What happened is a guy was walking down the street, and then another guy drove up next to him, decided to shoot him, and the first guy ran to the Taco Bell, all right? Taco Bell was an innocent victim in this crime. So anyway, I went to the murder Taco Bell, and it was a college town again, and so there was always a crazy line around this place, and it was notoriously slow. I would not go there unless I had at least a half hour, even though it was literally 1 minute from my apartment. It was literally 1 minute. I should have probably walked. It was that close. So went to the Taco Bell, but this night was different because there was no line, and that never happens. I felt like I had hit the jackpot. So I pull up to this Taco Bell, and the other thing that's unique about this particular Taco Bell that I'm describing here, I want you to picture this. You pull into it, and it's got a normal parking lot. But once you get into the drive-thru and start to wrap around the building, you're stuck because it becomes walled on both sides. You're like in a taco tunnel at that point. So you can't like leave like I did in the McDonald's story. You are committed to continuing straight, and when there's a line and there's somebody behind you, there's somebody in front of you, you're stuck. Like you're never getting out. So you're just buckle up and get ready. But this time that was not the case. I was the first person there, and I go up to the menu, and they say, "Hey, go on ahead with your order." But like I just told you guys, I already know that's a trick. I'm not falling for it. And I say, "Hey, I would like," he says, "Oh, actually, I need just a second." I was like, don't even worry about it, man. Don't even worry about it. And so I just sit there, and I'm just hanging out. I'm listening to a podcast. And this Taco Bell was in like a strip mall that had some other restaurants that had closed down. And a bunch of people were playing tag in the parking lot. And I was just watching these guys play tag, and they're having a really good time. And a couple minutes went by. And a couple more minutes went by. And then 20 minutes went by. And at this point, my other options had all closed. Because there was a Wendy's across the street that was not open anymore because it was now after 1 in the morning. Maybe it was 2 in the morning, I guess. Because the Taco Bell's was open until 4 a.m. on Saturdays. So, yeah, that's right, Peeps. I stayed there for... No. Actually, Peeps, if I'd stayed there for 20 minutes, the story would be over. I stayed there for more than 20 minutes. So, yeah, I go... I'm sitting there, and my fortune has faded, I realize, and now there is a line behind me. So I can either leave and not get my Taco Bell and not eat because there are no other alternative options at that point. There would later be a Waffle House in that part of town, but there was not yet. Or I could just wait it out because I've been there. The sunk cost fallacy got me, I guess is what I'm saying. And I swear to you, a man from the game of tag ran into the Taco Bell, and a few seconds later I heard, "Go ahead with your order." The only employee working at this Taco Bell had stopped in the middle of taking my order and gone to play tag, all right, in the parking lot with some other dudes, and knew I was there, waited, and he came back, and they took my order. So I order, and I pull around to the window, and I look at this guy, and he's a dude who's sweating, okay? This man is sweating. He was obvious, like, I know exactly what's happening. And there was no other employees at this Taco Bell. That's the other thing that was crazy to me about this is why they let this guy, of all guys, why they let this guy there by himself to do this. And he gives me my order, and he says, "Hey, I'm really sorry about your wait. Is there anything I can get you to make up for it? Would you like any sauce?" And I said, "Yeah, actually, I really like Diablo sauce. Do you have any? Can I have some?" And and this man looks at me right in the eyes through the drive-through. There's the drive-through window, there's my car window, and there's this guy. He looks at me right in the eye, and he says, "You'll never have to ask for Diablo sauce again." And he just starts reaching into this bucket of sauce and just throwing it through the drive-thru window, through my car window, onto me. Like, he's just making it rain sauce packets on me. And they're just going all over the place. They're on the floorboard of my car. They're all over the passenger seat. I'm trying to catch them in the bag. And he just throws them. And then he starts laughing, and they just close the window. And that's it. And so I go home, and I eat my food, and it's past 2 in the morning at this point. And the next morning, I count the Diablo sauce packets, and I had 81 left. I had 81 Diablo sauce packets left after this man, after I'd eaten the ones for my meal, just because this man had thrown so many at me. He made it rain Diablo sauce on me. And that's not the craziest thing about this story. The craziest thing about this story is the perspective that it gave me, because I was telling one of my friends about it in Athens a couple of days later, and he looks at me after and said, "Man, that was wild, but you're really lucky." And I said, "What do you mean I was really lucky? What, the whole story was crazy. What was lucky about it?" And he says, "Bet you're glad they weren't playing freeze tag, though." And I was glad they weren't playing freeze tag. Turns out that was it. So, So that is my fast food tier list. I really appreciate everybody coming out and being a part of that. What do you guys think? I would love to see what other people's take on the best fast food restaurants are. I will say there were a couple things missing from this list. There was no Captain D's, no Cookout. Cookout definitely would have been Double D Zach Braff God tier. So that was that was really fun. I may switch over to playing some games or something on stream. If there's anything anybody wants to queue up for together. Yep, Shelby's got some bubbly there.
Yeah, it's bubbly lime sparkling water.
Yeah, it's kind of like LaCroix, but
It's really
not. Nacho fries with Diablo sauce are great. Yeah, you guys are exactly right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this. Oh, nice! Good job,
They have apple bubbly?
Yeah.
Is it good?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna
Bubbly squad.
put a little bit of a break in the stream, and then I'll be back in about 8 minutes. Thanks so much for coming out, everybody. Boop.